Hi, my name is David, and I'm a team leader at the Human Resources Department of the Acquisition Group. Today is actually my 1234, my 1,234th day with the company. In other words, just 3.5 years. And today I'm going to talk to you about something that I'm very passionate about data analytics. Now, let me preface everything by saying I'm not a data scientist, data expert whatsoever. The perspective that I'm coming to you from is that of someone who's really passionate about data, but hasn't had that experience, going to a 1, 2, 3 year institution where I was able to learn about data analytics, about all those programs. Without having to do all that, I still found myself, through my passion, being able to apply data analytics into my work. And that's exactly what I want to talk to you about today. Before I worked with the acquisition group, I had no idea about what data analytics was. I was passionate in recruitment. I still am. However, being that this is a company where we provide opportunity, I was given the opportunity to learn and explore an area of work that I had no idea about before, data analytics. And it just so happened that this is very applicable to recruitment. And that's actually very applicable to every other industry, in the world. And so being that this is a concept that's so applicable to any industry in the world, and it's such a powerful tool because all of our leaders in business, they make data-driven decisions. There's a famous quote by W. Edward Deming: "Without data, you're just another person with an opinion." Of course, opinions matter, don't get me wrong. However, imagine your opinions were backed up by data. How much more weight would that carry? You see, in the acquisition group, our vision is quality growth through passion. And what that meant to me, in terms of my work in recruitment, is looking at the recruitment numbers and all of the metrics that we follow, and looking at it from a data analytic perspective, rather than just my gut feeling, right? I'm going to give you a few tips where you can apply it to your day-to-day right away. So imagine you've opened your spreadsheet. You want to do something with this, and whether it's your business, whether it's your personal finance, health, whatever it is, you want to track things and you want to make meaningful data-driven decisions out of what's going to happen in this spreadsheet. But you're on cell A1, you don't know what to do. The first thing I would ask you to think about is the final goal. What is the visual or the number that you have to see so that you can make a data-driven decision? Oftentimes what happens is we have a lot of data. For example, if I'm doing my personal finance, I have all of my spendings and all my income. I try to just put that all in the spreadsheet. Now what? I don't really know how to organize it. I don't know where I'm going with this. So rather than going from 0 to 100, go from 100 to 0, work backwards. That's going to give you a very refined process in which you're going to only use the data necessary to be able to come up with the desired result. Second tip, you probably want to feel like, a data scientist at some point in your data career. So I'm going to give you a few functions that you can literally just look up on YouTube or Google and just learn right away and start applying it. You probably know how to use equal sum. You probably used it in your school. Maybe you know how to use equal count if. The next are things that you can use in your daily life, which is equal sum if, equal filter, equal index, equal match, and equal VLOOKUP. If that sounded like just random equal blah blah blah, don't worry, you're in the right place. And because I'm here to tell you, these will really help you get your data analysis to the next level. It took me about 5-10 minutes to learn how to use it. It'll take you less than that. People often look at data and misinterpret it. What I mean by that is they have a desired result or conclusion, and they make the data fit that conclusion. That's actually called confirmation bias, where you're using the data to match your conclusion rather than coming up with a neutral, objective conclusion based on the data that you've analyzed. For example, cherry-picking statistics, right? This is something I might or I might not say in a business meeting. Hey, our company over the last quarter had a 50% increase in revenue, but I did not mention that the expenses also doubled. Not saying that big piece of data is actually misinterpreting it, misguiding all the stakeholders who are in that meeting. So you don't want to do that. Another piece of mistake that I've made and that I don't want you to make is what we call correlation versus causation. Just because one thing happened doesn't mean the other thing happened due to, as a result of the first thing. For example, you have a high performer in your team and he or she drinks a lot of coffee. I'm one of them. But does that high performance result directly from that person intaking a lot of caffeine? Not really. Maybe that high performer works long hours and therefore they need caffeine. The caffeine and the high performance isn't directly related, but there must be something else in between. So make sure you're asking the right questions and you're making the right correlations when you're looking at two pieces of data and your conclusion. And the third error that a lot of data analysts make or try not to make is assuming that a small piece of data set represents everything, right? Overgeneralization. In recruiting, for example, just because we applied recruitment strategy to a sample size of 10 people and it worked successfully, doesn't mean that same level of success is going to be seen in a candidate pool of 1,000 people, for example. So apply that to your work or your life where you're making that data analytics decisions, and try to make sure you're not overgeneralizing, that you have a good, healthy sample size. So what makes data really special for me? Data is one of those things that can be applied to any industry, and that's why I'm able to speak in front of you here today. You're probably not in the recruitment field. If you are, come talk to me on LinkedIn. However, you're probably not in the recruitment field. That doesn't mean data cannot be applied to you. And it can apply to you in different levels, right? You can do a simple table in Excel. You can go and learn how to use Python or whatever it is, and then make complex data applications. Whatever it is, the potential that I was able to see, how data can be applied to recruiting and how I can leverage that to help the company that I'm in, I felt very powerful. Without the acquisition group being a company that provides opportunity for me, I would not have found my passion for data analytics. And I'm ever so thankful about the culture that the acquisition group brings to my life. Well, thank you for watching. If you found this content helpful or inspiring, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you.